Manel Kape knocks out Brandon Royval. Let's get into it. So before this fight even happened, I said that Brandon Royval was my pick to win this fight. I didn't see Manel Kape knocking him out. I just thought the level of competition wasn't as good as Royval's. I thought that Royval would be durable. He'd be able to put a pace on him and use that cardio, but it never even got to that because Manel Kape put him out in round one. And I said it before the fight that I'm not big on Manel Kape, and I'm still not big on Manel Kape. Even though Brandon Royval was my pick in my prediction, again, picks are different than bets. So Manel Kape actually won me money by knocking out Brandon Royval. But I will give, Manel Kape respect on this win for sure. Definitely a solid win. Catches Royval up against the cage clean, and the way he just like buckled him was nasty. And then the follow-up shots, that put him out. And then Herb Dean steps in. He gets on the mic, calls out Joshua Van, basically saying, like, the only reason why you even have the title is because, I got injured and pulled out from the fight and you stepped in, which is kind of a crazy thing to even think about, right? So, I mean, I'm all for that matchup. There's so many options for Manel Kape and Joshua Van. You got Tatsuro Taira, you got Horiguchi. They're trying to, push to the title shot. And then you also got Pantoja coming back. So there's a lot of different variables to this, a lot of different good fights that they can make. But out of all the matchups for Joshua Van between Pantoja, Tatsuro Taira, and Horiguchi and Manel Kape, I think Manel Kape is the most exciting matchup out of all of those. I think that Tatsuro Taira is the harder matchup out of all of them because he's just going to be a grapple heavy. But Manel Kape versus Joshua Van, I think that's you know what you're going to get with that. Like, that's going to be straight up fireworks. I picked Joshua Van to beat Manel Kape. I don't think anybody's beating Joshua Van right now. I think that is the fight to make 100%. Said before this fight that I wasn't one of the people that thought Manel Kape was all that. I'm still not. I could give him respect for his knockout and his performance. Can't take away from that. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to all of a sudden be a Manel Kape fan from now on and be rooting for him. No. I haven't liked this dude since the whole press conference situation with Izzy and Kaikara France. But I want to see Manel Kape versus Joshua Van for the flyweight title. I think that's 100% the fight to make while Pantoja is out healing. And then you could do Tatsuro Taira versus Horiguchi in Japan or something, and let them, do their thing. Let me know what y'all think is the best matchup. Let me know what y'all thought of this fight. Manel Kape, Brandon Royval. Manel Kape knocks him out in the first round.